Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store, as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position. Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 31 yards there and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle. Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage. Play action. Now Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete. Paul on to give up the middle. He stiff arms it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 44 yards rushing for him now, as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one. To throw, it's Williams. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Jets will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there. Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they? No. That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And we'll get this up just shy of the 30. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here we go. They go back to Reddick. 7 yards there and a first down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt. Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
70 Lions. Go, Reed. Go.
Now Graham. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now Graham to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 23. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Here's Williams. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here now, 2nd and 4. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. To throw, Williams. Forced out to his left. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Looking to throw is Williams. This pass out wide to Hall. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Down the right sideline, and he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, 41 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Here we go. Set. 70 Timberwolf. Ready?
Now Riddick. Down to about the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Come on. Set. 70 Lions. Street. Check go.
They go play action with Graham. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Riddick with a carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Cowboy 80.
He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. To the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Browns are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Throwing is Williams. And check down, complete to Hall. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a give to Hall. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now it's Graham. He finds Reddick complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is going to have the Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Graham going to set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they go play action now. Graham. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play action. It's Graham. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's Reddick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Graham to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
To the air, Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Steps away to his left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Williams. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Hey, check that. Street.
Gaml throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
A final shot before break. Graham.
Now he's free at the 35.
And down to the 27-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
In motion, the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Go.
They'll try and throw for it with Graham.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Running left, it's Hall. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Hall again on 2nd down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
121 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
Hall again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Now this taken in by Downs.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Off the play fake, here's Graham. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 31 yards.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
The Browns will line up for the 2-point conversion. 70 Lions. Check go.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Here's a give up the middle. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Taken in at the 22. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the gun, it's Graham. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Graham. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Downs going in motion right. They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On play action, Graham. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go, sack. Street.
Operating from the gun, Graham. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Got it. Ready? Set. Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Come on. Set. Ready.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that is incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. On play action, here's Williams. Oh, and that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Browns drive about to get started. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. 2nd and 16. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now Graham. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st. Now Graham to throw. That complete to Downs. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Graham. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To throw once more, here is Graham.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 23 yards on the play. They go play action with Graham. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they... extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Now Hall to start the drive.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here's Williams.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The tight end in motion right. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Now they'll audible to something else.
Out of the shotgun, Graham. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Jets are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 12. Here's Hall again.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Shedding through the defense. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind.